Here.
Here. Here.
Here. Here. Here.
Present.
Here. Here.
Here. Here. Here.
Here. Here.
Present.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
Here. Sit there.
I would like to note for the record that orders Board 7, 28, and 10 has joined us. A quorum has been established. We'll now have divine guidance in order for Board 2.
Good evening, all. Madam President, honorable colleagues, please remain standing as we reflect on a moment of silence for this peace in this great nation of ours. Heavenly Father, we thank you for everything we have already received. Guide us still. We pray Through your spirit, lead us in all areas of our life. Grant us a spirit who can illuminate our hearts to help us find new courage and new strength and new recognition of the truth. All our praise belongs to you. For you alone can bring us. You alone can free us from the pain of death and from all burdens. So that in spite of the toil and struggle, we may always be lifted up to you. Our God on high, to the glory of your name on earth. Amen.
Thank you, Madam President, and good evening. I move approval of the journal of the September 3rd, 2024 Board of Alders meeting.
Second. The item has been moved and second discussion. Are there any changes to the journal? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On your unanimous consent, I ask you to see item number 1, tax collector order of tax refunds, September 16, 2024.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Major.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved and second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask you to unanimous consent on items 2 through 7. 2, order concerning real property taxes of Dale Cavanis Jr. on motor vehicle tax accounts 57598, 57610, 57102, and 57101. 3, order concerning real property taxes of Denise Carr on motor vehicle tax accounts 58045 and 81901. 4, order concerning real property taxes of George Cunningham on motor vehicle tax accounts 952210, 928, 248, 91910, and 62194. 5, order concerning real property taxes of Hashim Robertson on motor vehicle tax accounts 94302, 92533, 94912, and 94814. 6, order concerning real property taxes of Keith Middleton on motor vehicle tax accounts 700211 and 700212. And 7, order concerning real property taxes of Joseph Wells on motor vehicle tax accounts 941-996, 96603, 107, 544, 104, 649, 805 223, and 836 796.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Major.
I move these items.
Second.
The items have been moved in second, and I would like to note for the record that order from Board 16 has joined us. Discussion. I'll call the roll.
Good evening, Madam President. For items with regards to item 1, 2, or item 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, we have an opportunity to help the constituents with waiving their interest, and they'll be able to pay their taxes in full in the total amount of $5,419.23. And that urges God's support. Thanks.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask you to unanimous consent on item number 8 from the Registrar of Voters submitting an order of the Board of Alders of the City of New Haven, authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the state of Connecticut to lease voting equipment for the 2024 presidential election.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Major.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call the order from Board 20.
Thank you, Madam President. I stand to express support for this item. It is wonderful and fitting that New Haven was one of the municipalities selected to take part in this pilot. I have read the contract with the state and everything appears to be in order. I urge colleagues to vote yes on the motion. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Under Communications, I move items 9 through 16. Under first readings, I move items 17 through 21. Under second readings, I move item 22, Community Development, favorable. A, order approving an amendment, order approving an amended and restated development and land disposition agreement between the City of New Haven and District NHB LLC. B, resolution authorizing the City of New Haven to apply for and accept a grant from the Department of Economic and Community Development pursuant to the Urban Action Grant Program in the amount of $250,000 to promote the redevelopment and transformation of the Gulf Street Armory. And C, resolution authorizing the mayor to accept funding from the Housing Authority of New Haven to construct improvements in and around Trowbridge Square.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 6.
Thank you, Madam President. On Wednesday, August 21st, 2024, the Community Development Committee met and we voted favorably recommend the approval of an amendment and restated development and land disposition agreement between the City of New Haven and District NHB LLC. We heard from the Office of Economic Development, who submitted a review to the Board of Alders and attached amended and restated development and land disposition agreement with District NHB LLC at 470 James Street, recognizing that the outdoor and indoor spaces as constructed contribute to the overall campus feel and original intent of the agreement. The agreement would remove the detailed requirements for an amphitheater, river walk, garden, and interior courtyard. The agreement would also acknowledge that the city and district agreed to suspend the requirements for a kayak launch, given that the state approval is not yet in place. In return, the agreement would require district to make good faith efforts to support Mill River Trail, public access. This is important because of the city's ongoing work to complete the trail, which would be connected to the existing gravel path constructed by district on the 470 James Street site. We support this approval of this order and ask for the full board support as well. Thank you, Madam President. The next item is the Armory. Thank you, Madam President. On Wednesday, August 21st, the Community Development Committee met and we voted to favorably recommend the approval of authorizing the City of New Haven to apply for and accept a grant for $250,000. We heard from the Office of Economic Development, who shared the City of New Haven had engaged with the State of Connecticut's Department of Economic and Community Development via the Urban Act Grant Program, seeking funds of $250,000 to support detailed planning for 12 to 18 months for the revitalization of the now vacant Gulf Street Armory. The Armory Committee Advisory Group has led a series of conversations about the renovation of the Armory, reimagining and outlining potential purposes, and the city is extremely grateful for the partnership as we look forward to reopening a city treasure. The approval of the City Board of Alders to apply for and accept planning funds out of the Urban Action Grant Program will allow the city to perform the necessary planning for the redevelopment and transformation of the Armory for a new era. We support this approval of this application and acceptance of the grant with the understanding the department and advisory group will return to update the committee on the process. We ask for the full board support as well. Thank you, Madam President. Next item is Trowbridge Square. Thank you, Madam President. On Wednesday, August 21st, 2024, the Community Development Committee met and we voted to favorably recommend the approval of authorizing the City of New Haven to accept this funding. We heard from the engineering department, which shared the City of New Haven has been offered a grant for $150,000 for construction of improvements in and around Trowbridge Square from the Housing Authority of New Haven on behalf of the Early Action Improvements Program of the Union Square Development, funded by the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. Housing Authority New Haven and the city worked with the Union Square Early Action Committee to develop the scope for Trowbridge Square, including rebuilding the park paths, installing a new multi-person swing, installing a historical display about Trowbridge Square, and installing light pole bands. Various city departments, including LCI, Economic Development, City Plan, Engineering, have been working on the larger project today, and the city is grateful to the Housing Authority of New Haven and HUD for the collaboration and funding of this important neighborhood amenity, coupled with the in-progress restoration of the Trowbridge Recreation Center. The improved Trowbridge Square will continue to be an important hub in the neighborhood. We support the acceptance of this much-needed funding for Trowbridge Square and ask for the full board support as well. Thank you, Madam President.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. One second. My eyes was not as fast as your hand. So. Any further discussion? I would like to call an order from Ward 9.
Thank you, Madam President. Is my mic work? All right. Thank you, Madam President. I'm standing in strong support of this item, specifically item 22A. District is based right in the center of Ward 9, right in between the East Rock and Fairhaven neighborhoods. And as many of us know, over the last years, District New Haven and the owner, David Salinas, have helped to transform the former bus depot and that area from a place that divided our neighborhoods into a place that's begun to reknit our neighborhoods back together. By approving this item, it furthers this critical goal of reconnection, allowing districts to deploy funding directly into our community, including 1, mitigating the impacts of I-91 highway through streetscape improvements, 2, investing in beautification and maintenance for one of the gateways into Fairhaven in the burgeoning Mill River District, and 3, implementing thoughtful cultural equity programming that brings neighbors together. I strongly urge my colleagues to vote yes on this item. Thank you very much, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, any abstentions, the item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. We're going to pass over item 23 and move item 24, joint community development, tax abatement favorable. Order authorizing the city of New Haven to enter into a cooperation agreement with the Housing Authority of the city of New Haven, Glendower Group Incorporated, and Glendower Level Heights Limited Partnerships with respect to the Heights at West Rock redevelopment at 30 Level Street, including a tax abatement pursuant to section 28-4 of the Code of Ordinances.
Second.
So I have a move in second discussion. I call an order from Ward 16.
Good evening, Madam President. Thank you. On Wednesday, August 31st, 2024, the Joint Community Development and Tax Abatement Committee met, and we voted favorably and recommended authorization to enter into a cooperation agreement with the Housing Authority of the City of New Haven, Glendower Group Inc., and Glendower Level Heights Limited Partnership with respect to the Heights at West Rock redevelopment at 34 Level Street. We heard from the Office of Economic Development and LCI, who shared the Housing Authority of the City of New Haven and Glendower Group Inc., which have begun to implement plans to redevelop the Heights at West Rock located at 34 Level Street. The developer, Glendower Group, and the Glendower Level Heights Limited Partnership respectively have been selected to carry out the developments which involve the ownership, operation, management, construction, and maintenance thereof. The developer has submitted a proposed cooperation agreement between the City of New Haven, HA&H, owners of the developer pursuant to which the developer agrees to undertake and complete the project, and the City of New Haven agrees to perform certain functions to facilitate the project cooperation agreement. The proposed cooperation agreement includes provisions for a tax agreement of $450 per unit with a 3% escalation rate for the rental units as defined in section 1.19 of the cooperation agreement pursuant to New Haven Code of Ordinance 28-4. We supported this item, and so we support the authorization to enter into this cooperation agreement, and we ask that the full board does as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. I stand and rise in support of this item. As we know that 34 Level Street has been isolated and desolated, empty for over 10 years. This is a much needful project that's going on, which is going to make our community a much beautiful community for seniors and other residents that will be dwelling in that area. We've seen the beautiful work from Glen Dowers and Elm City Communities, and the work in which that they have done around the city. And I know that they will continue to do a great work at 34 Level. So I'm asking that my colleagues to support this item here that's before you tonight and vote yes on this particular item. Thank you, and thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to suspend section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct further business.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. On unanimous consent, I move item 25, order concerning real property taxes of Raquel White on board vehicle tax accounts 106576, 107267, 95964, and 107298.
Is anyone going to deny it? Seeing none,
I move the item.
second. The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion. I call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. Ms. Rochelle White needs assistance with the interest, and we're able to waive them. She's willing to pay the taxes in full, giving us $355.74. I urge this body support. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to close suspension of section 24-1-A of the rules of the Board of Alders to conduct further business.
Second. The item has been discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Before a motion to adjourn the executive, I will now call on points of personal privilege. I will call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to ask my colleagues to stand for a moment of silence. This moment of silence is for Mr. Frank Williams Jr. He used to be the director of the Q House at one time, and also he was the director of parks for the city. So if we could just take a moment. Thank you. And lastly, my last time to say this, on Friday, September 27th, the Q House will be holding its Centennial Gala, 100 years of service and fellowship. You can go on dixwellqhouse.org for tickets. The VIP reception is at 5:30. And the formal reception is at 7. We will be honoring 4 distinguished service persons. Ms. Jackie Bracey, Jackie Downing, Mr. Ed Cherry, he was the person who was the architect of the second Q House building, and Mr. Milton Uncle Chip Collins. He's 100 years old. He's an alumni. So if you don't come for just the celebration, come to cut a rug with Uncle Chip. Because if you go on TikTok, you will find him and he will show you, he will dance you under a rug. So please come out. We'll also recognize some of our strong supporters and allies who help to make sure that we got the funding and all that stuff. And so our president, Walker Myers, will be one of the people. She won't be there, she has other engagements, but she will be inducted into the Blakesley Circle. And Mr. Blakesley is the man who gave the first fund of the first Q House in 1924. So come to the Q House Gala, you can learn a lot more about Mr. Blakesley. And I just want to thank this board. 1,000 times over. I can never thank you enough for all your continued support around the Q House. And again, every time I ask you guys to do something, even sometimes I don't know, especially when we were building, you all supported me, and now we have this wonderful asset for the city that's not just for Dixwell, but it's for everyone in the city. Over 1,500 people a week go in and out of those doors, and that's because of you guys. So thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order for Board 19.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to make an announcement and remind everyone that we're having a ball soon. Come one, come all, we're having a speaker ball. You should have received a couple of emails and a flyer. We're having a speaker ball and we need all of you to represent. So come out with your fancy clothes on and you're comfortable but jazzy speakers. We're having our 13th Fall Recognition Gala, and it's going to be held Thursday, October 24th at Anthony's Ocean View. And we've gone over our 2024 honorees, and we have Miss Adrienne Jefferson, who is Director of Arts, Culture, and Tourism, Elmer Rivera-Bello, who is Director at Casa Altamira. We have Sport Academy, which is one of our great youth mentorship programs in the city. We are honoring Lilias Bermudez, our Fair Rent Commission Executive Director. We also have two more honorees, which are the Connecticut Dems Black Caucus, and we have our NHPS Principal of Truth School, Mr. Eugene Foreman Jr. So please make sure you come out, you spread the word, bring a friend, and tell them to bring 10. And what I would love for all of you to do is get some patrons or get an ad. We even take business cards. So we have many different levels of sponsorship for this great cause. And this is put on by our Black and Hispanic Caucus members. And we look forward to getting you your tickets. So contact our office or any member of the caucus. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order for Board 6.
Thank you, Madam President. I too would like to have a moment of silence for Ms. Kelly Figueroa, who lost her life at the age of 49. Kelly worked at Yale and spent some time as a resident over in Worcester Square. She also designed and branded the City of New Haven logo, Made in New Haven, although she did not grow up here but loved the city. She will be honored by many of her friends on September 21st, 2024 at Worcester Square Park, where she loved and enjoyed. It'll be at 11 a.m. on the 21st, but again, a moment of silence. Thank you, Madam President.
Are there any more questions for the approval? Seeing none, a motion to
So moved.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Say nay. We are adjourned.
There's some in the office too, if you print it. We all have it. It was one of our packets, when we paid for a meeting. And they gave it a packet. But it's, they got some printed out in the office.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I got it. That was a good one.
Wait, no, what? I do remember hearing something. First of all, I got cheese. I don't remember what you told me.
Yeah, I think so,
Oh,
They got in.
yeah, I think so. Something like that. All four of them.
I didn't know that back in you.
Yeah, let me start.
Yeah, it's right there, yeah. So I thought it was fun. Well, now, I guess they're afraid to reach out to you, they call you back. Because you're the right, yeah. I'm not changing. What do they want now?
Well, it's all as the name is probably on that. Even his topic does not.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
And I said, here, we get to get that this, and still be.
Yeah. Right.
I would love to,
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome. It's just a different. Vehicles will be able to pass
right.
Right.
You know that means?
Oh my God.
He didn't send me that, he thought it was gonna be dangerous, but that should, that if we would have to, if we did the one side of the street, then we wouldn't be able to do all of the street improvements that are planned, including the little islands at the intersection. But I think that I would feel more comfortable moving forward with the current plan if we just had a conversation, you know, we could ask him to talk us through a little bit some of the questions.
See, I'm solely.
Not really.
Yeah.